Hi there, this is Teri from Stamping Magic. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing some more Mini Curvy Keepsake Boxes, and these are super cute. We've got the Santa one, the elf, and my favourite of the three is the little penguin. How sweet is that? So let's get started. These boxes are really simple to create because the die cuts them out in one piece, so there's no gluing required at all. I'm starting with the Santa box, and for the buckle on his belt I actually used the snowflake outline die on some silver foil. I'm also using one of the tags for the Santa, and I'll need another of the tags for the penguin later. I've cut a strip of basic black cardstock, and this is 3/8 of an inch wide or 1 centimetre. I've cut off a square of it, and I'm going to use that for the centre of the buckle so it looks like the belt is threading through the buckle. Then I'll use another piece of it for the belt on the box. Now when you stick it to the box, make sure you're sticking it to the right side. Now you don't want to stick it to either of the pieces that have a slot in them. You want that sort of half circle at the top, so you can glue it to either of those. Now I'm just using my grid paper to make sure I align this straight, and I'm positioning it approximately 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom edge. Then you can trim off your excess and just give it a second to dry. Once it's dried, you can shape your sides of the box using a bone folder, and this just gives it a lovely curve. I'll then add the buckle to the centre of the belt. For the buttons on his coat, you want to punch out circles of about 1/4 of an inch. Now you can use the largest hole punch on your crocodile if you have one, but if you've got a standard office punch, you can also use that. You will need 3 black buttons for his coat, and when you position them, you want to position them fairly close together. If they're high up on that section, then they're not going to show once the box is closed. You can now fold on all the score lines and put your box together. So you just want to squeeze the 2 handle sections together and then slot the other 2 sides over the top, and it's done. The tiny keepsake stamp set coordinates with the Mini Curvy Keepsake dies, and I'm using a couple of the sentiments today. I'm prepping my shaded spruce cardstock with my embossing buddy to remove any static. Then I'm going to stamp the Merry Merry sentiment using the Delicata Silvery Shimmer ink, cover it with silver embossing powder, and then melt it with my heat tool. To add a little extra to my tag, I'm going to use a couple of our new jingle bells. I'm going to choose a red one and a gold one, and I'm going to attach this using some of our silver metallic thread. So you just want to cut a length of it, fold it in half, and then thread the loop through both the jingle bells and the tag. Then open up the loop and push the ends through and pull it tight. You want to open up one side of the box, and you can add your chocolate treat now if you want to, and then you can tie your tag onto the handle. Because you've opened up one side before tying the tag, you won't have to destroy the box to get at your treat. when you gift it. Then you can close your box, and I realised here I'd forgotten to shape my tag, so I'm just doing that with my pickup tool. You can use anything sort of curved. And then as a final finishing touch, I'm going to add one of our metallic pearls. These come in both silver and gold, and I'm using a silver one to add to the bottom of the tag. And that's it, my little Santa box is now complete. For the penguin, you want to cut the box from basic black, and then you want to cut an oval. Now I used one of the layering ovals framelits dies, and it's the second size up for this, but you could, if you've got an oval punch, that would work too. For his beak and his little feet, I used dies from the Well Written Thinlits die set. Now if you haven't got this set, it doesn't matter, you can use any heart, punch or die for his beak, and a multitude of things for his feet. These are in pumpkin pie, by the way. Now you could use a 1/2 inch circle punch to create 2 little feet, or probably any simply shaped flower die or punch would work as well. Just experiment a little. Now for his eyes, I'm using 2 more of those little punch circles from my office punch, and I want some larger white circles. Now I happen to have a retired 3/8 of an inch circle punch from Stampin Up, which I can use. But if you've got our retired owl punch, you could use the circles on there to create your eyes. Or failing that, you could always punch out 2 white eyes and then draw the black into the centre. Now for the oval, you just want to cut that in half. We only need half of it for its body. And again, make sure you glue it to the right section, so it's not the one with the slots, it's the one with the little handle on the top. You can then go ahead and shape the sides again as we did for the Santa. I managed to get some glue on his tummy, so I'm just removing that with my adhesive remover. And then I can start building the rest of him. Now I'm going to start with the beak, and you want to glue this so it's just going over the top of his tummy. For his eyes, I'm gluing the black circles to the white circles. And then using one of our journaling pens, I'm just going to add a few eyelashes. These can then be set into position. Now when I add them, I'm just going to make sure that they overlap the top part of the heart just slightly. I think it gives you a better look if you do this. And he's really coming to life now. And then just to finish off his face, I'm going to highlight using a white gel pen. I'm now going to fold on all the score lines and put my box together. And then I can start on the feet. So I'm just going to line them up using my grid paper and make sure that they're both straight and that there's just a tiny gap between them. And then I can sit my box down on top of them and just check that they're in the right position. I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp my sentiment this time, and this just reads Sweet Treat. And then I'm using that star die to cut it out. I'm going to shape it using my pickup tool. You could use a pen or a pencil. Then again, I'm going to attach this using the silver thread. So I've cut a length, folded it in half and threaded the loop through the hole before opening the loop and threading the ends through and pulling tight. And then I can tie it onto my box. Again, open one half of the box before you attach it. I've created a little bow using some of our black glittered organdy ribbon, and I'm going to attach this to the little tag using a mini glue dot. And that's it. He's now completely finished. Very simple project. And so adorable, they're just too cute. And here's another look at my Santas, also very cute. And then my little elf box was created in exactly the same way as I did for the Santa, but instead of the silver, I used gold for the buckle and gold embossing powder. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye for now.